Yeah, so back at you with some more Canibus based on my history. I was sitting down and within the last 20 years, I probably hear one reggae artist reference Canibus, and I think it was Jesse Royal. Probably like about 7 years ago, where I'm saying listen Canibus to get inspiration, learn how to write rhyme. But other than that, in my 20-something years listening reggae artists, I never hear they call Canibus name. I hear they big up other rappers and stuff like that, but they didn't. Which that show you how powerful the media is, the machine, you know. And I remember 2000, 2001, 2002, I used to bring my wife and I bring people, I say, back then you have FYI. You know, people who know FYI back then, you could go in there and listen CDs before you buy it. And I think, what's the other place again? There was another place you could go into and buy CDs. Best Buy. And I used to go in those places and ask them if you have any Canibus CD, and the guy always said, who is that? So even back then, 2000, 2001, 2002, you go into these places and ask them for Canibus CD, they have no clue what's Canibus. So I either have to go Harlem or Brooklyn to get like CD for Canibus, you know, which was crazy to me. So yeah, so people who think like LL Cool J and Eminem defeat Canibus, they're dreaming. Yeah, because Eminem and LL Cool J, those guys' music was playing on the radio. While Canibus, nobody was hearing his songs. Imagine 5 billion people hearing Cool J and Eminem songs, and only 1,000 people hearing Canibus song. They're gonna think him don't exist, and that's what happened, you know. Canibus never exists back in those times within the media, you know. I watched 10 Central Park back then, probably 97 up to like 98 as a Canibus, probably twice on those platform. But other than that, no, I haven't seen him nowhere else, you know. But yeah, I'm telling you this, we're like with Canibus, and that's why they hate on him. First of all, as a Jamaican rapper, they probably saying, well, this guy come on to out rap me. So rappers used to like play hate him, you know. And he was trying to show them how to be independent. So you know, rappers been dying broke and shit like that. Canibus back then was trying to put rappers on to own them own masters or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, Canibus have his own website. Yeah, trying to show people to independent. But, you know, black people don't like to be independent. They like to subject it to, you know, somebody over them. That's why they like prison, you know. They like somebody subject them to when to wake up, when to go outside, when to eat. And Canibus was trying to show them, listen, how to independent, and they never liked that. And especially him was, you know, intelligent guy. I know him work at AT&T and him work for the government at one point. And then he went into the army, I think 2001. And I remember one rapper was telling me, that's before YouTube come out, he was saying, I think when Eminem was dissing Canibus, he was in the army. And his drill sergeant have to bring the song, make Canibus hear it. Eminem dissing him. So even when him dissing Canibus, he was in the army, he never able to come respond. You see what I'm saying? But lyrically, they couldn't touch him. Them have to, you know, blackball him. Him said that a lot of time in his song. You know, so you guys want to get into Canibus song, you will hear him explain, you know, The only thing I don't like with Canibus now, when him do interview, him kind of downplaying the whole thing. I guess him understand the media and the machine and thing, which, you know, and I wrong him. But he already said the stuff them in your song. He already said them in interview, so you can't erase what you say, you understand? And you know them blackball you and they, you know, discriminate you. True, you was an intelligent guy. Alright? So yeah. As I was saying, yeah, touching some more Canibus. Canibus have a lot of freestyle. I used to listen to a lot of them. And I think he put out a mixtape with DMX. Yeah, DMX was one of the guy always. When them done playing Canibus, DMX always been shouting out, yeah, Canibus. Because these guys phony. These guys were putting up top 50 rapper and you don't have Canibus in there. Even if there's a top 100 rapper, they still not have Canibus in there. That's how phony these guys is. Because they always want Canibus to fail because Canibus used to outshine him. You understand? Even with that disaster thing, even disaster said, him saying no, Canibus wasn't 100% because he have a broken arm. He must take in medication. I think him get locked up for weed. And he couldn't get to prepare. Even Disaster said that. And I think Canibus do a song with Disaster too, after the disaster. And that was a good song. And we don't hear nothing about Disaster after that. But these rappers come out and they was happy. How Canibus get destroyed. Because I watch it the night live. I think I stay up and watch it. And I saw when he pull out the book. But yeah, at least him show up. Him always say that him back you anytime, he battle you anytime. So that's why him couldn't get to prepare and him pull out the book. So yeah, that's the only thing them have over Canibus. Or man, he pull out the notepad. Yeah, the guy broke, him was in jail. Him on medication, him couldn't get to prepare and him just show up as a G, because Jamaican were prideful. Yeah, so that's the only thing them have over Canibus. But other than that, Canibus living a better lifestyle than a lot of these rappers, because he never sell out and him hold him own. And that's why I used to curse out these guys. You see what I'm saying? Living phony life. And you guys see it in the media. You guys know that. Alright, I don't want to go on any rant. But yeah, you guys can always look up. Canibus always speaking his truth. Yeah, I was just repping where I know. And we are listening to. So, peace out. Catch you on another one.
WRAP Rap Radio, new season, new flavors. Got my man DJ Tat Money touching down on the 1 and 2. What up, Tat?
Yeah, baby, how we do?
Alright, Illadel's finest on the 1 and 2, but the man of the hour in the house, Canibus.
Yo, what's up, y'all?
Alright, Canibus, we in here. We're gonna talk about this magnificent piece of work right here. Alright, the album, Canibus, Can I Bust? No doubt. When album dropping, man?
September 8th, yo, that's the blackout date. You know what I'm saying? It's not a mixtape, it's not a mistake. You know, it got that Navy SEAL appeal.
The Navy SEAL appeal. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna talk about everything, no doubt. You wanna be here. It's WRAP Rap Radio. Don't touch it, just love it. Alright? No doubt, Tat Money blazing on the 1 and 2. It's WRAP Rap Radio. Big ticket Tat Money, Can I Bust?
What up?
Alright, sitting here chilling with you right about now. So let's get it to you. Let's get it to your history, your background. You're sort of like an international dude. You've been everywhere.
Yeah, well, you know, with the exception of where I was born in the West Indies in Jamaica. So, after that, you know, I was basically like an East Coast cat. You know, Bronx, DC, you know what I'm saying? Atlanta, Miami. I lived in England with my mom's in 84. So I've been up and down, you know.
So is all of that traveling and where you grew up and the things that you did and saw where you grew up, did that influence the way you do your thing, your style, the way you put it down?
Yeah, I think it's definitely, you know, like one of the major contributors to the way, like, my personality is right now. You know, like, I've seen a lot of things. You even though I haven't been all around the world, I've seen a lot of things in a lot of different areas of the world. And you know, that affects my outlook on things.
Alright, no doubt. You once made a quote one time. It was, "I would rather be a lion for a day than be a lamb and live forever." What's going on with that?
Yo, that's ill, cause like I remember that. Like I did that on the Lost Boys. They had an album, it was like a promotional thing for that album. Like I blacked out for like the first 2 minutes of that record. Like it was a promotion of the Beats from the East thing and all of that. Yo, that quote to me means a lot, cause that's how I am. That's me. You know, I would prefer to be a lion for a day than a lamb who lives forever. You know, because you know, there's no glory in being somebody that's scared and fearful. You know, of life. You know, things are gonna happen. You know, you get scars and you move on. Right? Lambs don't get scars. Sheep don't get scars. They just get their hair taken. You know what I'm saying? They get their wool taken and they grow it back. Lions don't lose their mane. You know?
Alright. Feeling that. Canibus up in here. We blazing. East Coast Flavor Studios, Northeast Washington, D.C.
Let them know,
Audio 1 and
Canibus.
2, Swag Radio. We be right back, alright?